Outlet Liquor is your place to buy a case. Stock up and save when you shop the lowest prices available every day at Outlet Liquor. You never have to wait for a sale. The more you buy, the more you save. Only at Outlet Liquor.
What's your outlet?
Welcome to All Hang Up and Listen. Sabres lose 6-2 to the New Jersey Devils, ending their season to miss the playoffs for the 12th season in a row. But unlike seasons in the past, for the first time, I feel very confident that when we say the words next year is our year, it's the most confident I've ever felt saying those words. So
yeah, it holds some weight this time around, right?
Yeah. So, when we got that speech from former GM Tim Murray that we're going to have to go through some suffering, I think it's safe to say that the suffering is over, Johnny.
100%. I'm with you. Can I just make one quick note just right off the hop, Duane?
Sure.
I love Levi. I love his game. The thing that killed this game in our season, because when I say that, I mean, I wasn't expecting us to get in the playoffs, but I wanted the next home game to mean something. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of fans did, because it just signifies that you're right there, right? And I get it categorically. If you're out at game 81 versus game 80, it's not that big of a difference, Duane, in evaluating your season. But that third goal that Levi let in, I don't like it. Tatar's goal made it 3-1. He's used that RVH when he shouldn't have, and he got caught in a bad position on the post. You can't get beat there, man. And I hate to say it, but that was a momentum swinging goal. I love his game other than that. His glove save going blocker to glove reminded me of his Beanpot save.
Yeah.
Did you see that one?
Yeah.
Unreal. I love him.
Further out.
I like that one, Duane. I had to get it off my chest. It's in our name. 2 goals, 1 mic. I had to say it.
I agree with you. That's a save you'd like to see him make, but
gotta have it.
Huh?
Game 80, you gotta have that save.
Yep. Well, game 80, he's only been here for 6 of them.
I know. I know. I'm giddy, Duane. I'm giddy too at the same time, because it's like, fuck, dude. That's how he played in his first 5 games. Let's fucking go.
Yeah. So I tweeted it out earlier, just fixing the old tripod here. I tweeted it out earlier, and I started off the show with, for the first time in a decade, we can feel confident in saying, next year. We found our bell cow in net. I think anybody who's watched even just that small sample size so far of 6 games, you can say that even his performance.
Our analytics guys are they're all 6 to midnight with hockey boners.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that in a weird way. Like, he's that good.
The analytics guys also, posted their charts tonight and said that the Sabres.
We did not have 27 chances. Sorry. We did not have 27 scoring chances. They got us at 38 shots. I just double checked, and 27 scoring chances. And they had New Jersey at 20 scoring chances, I believe, on 28 shots. I'll give you that right now. But I didn't believe that for a second.
Because
here, quick rundown. Boyquist got the first one from Miles Wood and Bastion. What are you going to do on that one? That was a fucking weird one.
Yeah, it's
not much Levi can do there.
Yeah, off Henry Jokiharju into the net.
Just a weird bounce, right? 9 out of 10 times it doesn't. Jokiharju plays that better. It's different. The second word, Seigenthaler from Hischier and Tatar. That was a good play. I'd like to see that save made half the time. It was one of those plays where, hey, that's a National League goal. You know what I mean? It's going to go in on most goalies. Skinner scores for Middlestat. Loved to see that one. That was a beauty because it was not your traditional goal. What are your thoughts on that goal, Duane? That was big. We needed it because we had just had the goal disallowed, right?
Before we touch on that, can we talk about the offsides?
Well, that's what I
challenge?
was getting to. Yeah,
Like I understand why they
he
wanted
was
the
fucking
rule.
offsides by a foot, bro.
Those goals aren't the reason why that rule was implemented.
Right, but he was fucking offsides by a foot. I don't like the rule. I don't like the rule because we want to see more scoring.
Yes.
Again, timeout. What if it was against us? What if it was that for us to get into playoffs and it came down to that call? Would you want the right call being made?
Well, yeah, you want the right call being made, but the same breath, like I want more scoring. I want more scoring, and
the NHL wants more scoring.
Yeah, it's not like Colorado when Matthew Sheehan was 8 feet off sides. You know,
I think, dude, he was offsides by a foot. The linesman should have blew that dead. But the good thing is, I think more linesmen are realizing that with the system, they can let plays go that normally they'd blow.
Yeah,
you get me?
Yep.
I think it's only linesmen, and they've gotten better each year. But Duane, if it was the other way around, and let's say that was against us tonight, I would have wanted that overturned. That was a foot offsides.
I agree. But just for the point of the rule, the whole reason.
Well, go back to PK Subban's goal with Nashville in game one. Duane, remember PK game one, Nashville Stanley Cup?
Yeah.
Remember how he scored the first goal in game one?
Yeah.
But it was offsides?
Yeah.
And it changed the whole series?
Agreed. Yeah.
That makes your point.
But yeah, like there's reasons why that rule is implemented. The offside challenge, like that wasn't the reason why. Like you want to create more scoring, yes, but you don't want games to be the flow of a game to be changed, the momentum of a goal to be changed on a really bad call or a non-call. That wouldn't have been a bad non-call. Like chances are most fans aren't noticing that was offsides. Probably.
Are you saying without video, that's a bad non-call?
Huh?
I agree in the linesman letting that play go. I think it's worth another look. Yes, I'm with you.
100%. Like in baseball, when in doubt, call them out. Like it's for me.
Wait, as a defenseman, when in doubt, glass it out.
Yeah, exactly. I hate the rule, and if we're gonna keep it around, personally, just like how I believe there should be a time clock in the shootout, there should be a time clock on the referees and Toronto.
Oh yes, that 100%. Because there has
you can't get that call in a minute.
iPad. Yes, Duane, 100%. And I think you have something here. What is the number though? Is it 30 seconds or is it 15?
I was gonna say a minute.
No, fuck that. They already get a minute and a half.
I'll split the difference. The second the headphones on, the iPad's on, you have 45 seconds to figure it out.
No, the second the puck goes in the net.
No, I'm talking about the challenge review.
No, I'm talking about the time the coaches have the challenge, because if their video guy can look at it, you should have the balls as a coach. You want to really make this rule, like you really want to deter people from challenging it, make them make that decision in 25 seconds, dude.
But also,
so they have to make the decision, and it's not somebody in their ear making the.
Johnny,
you know how it works, right?
Johnny, I agree.
Donnie Granado's got a guy in his ear.
Johnny, let me talk. I agree. 100% I agree. But the second the headphones go on, too, there should be a time clock there, too.
Why? Once the headphones go on, take as much time as you need.
I don't think so. Because
what do you mean? If you're going to get it right, dude. At that point, like once you stop play, wouldn't you want him to get it right? What's your idea behind shortening that? Sorry.
Because I've been at games where it's taking 5 minutes to figure out a goal. Like
right.
I'll
concede that.
From the moment that iPad turns on, those headphones are on, you either have 45 seconds to a minute.
No, I think you're right with the minute and a half for that. I give him a minute and a half in the box.
Yeah.
Because once it gets past 2 minutes, it's like, what are we doing here, dude? That's a TV timeout.
Yeah, I agree.
But I mean, do you see what I'm saying? I agree with you. I'd even give him like a minute and 15 minutes, like once the headphones come on. I think the best way to really curtail it is to only give the opposing coaches that just got scored on like 15 to 20 seconds before their video guys get 3 looks at it in high fucking def. Because we all know, guys, our video guys are seeing it right before, whether they're seeing it in better views than we are. Because Dwayne, if me and you were live in the rink, me and you both know how to pull up that goal in 6 different camera angles if we had the access, right?
Yep.
Within 10 seconds, yes? Or sorry, within 30 seconds. So if we take that out of it, I don't know.
No, I agree. I like I said, I hate because right there, if that isn't challenged, we scored right away after that to 2-2 game.
Changes the game.
Changes the game. So,
so does the third goal on Levi? Yes or no?
Yeah, I know. I don't disagree with you. I think you want him to play. It was a little bit of a scramble in front of the net, a little bit of chaotic. But here's the thing. I said that too. That's why you throw bodies and pucks to the net, and Buffalo doesn't do that enough. They don't.
We didn't do it enough tonight. I thought Greenway did that well the past 2 games.
Like
I didn't see him a lot tonight. Was Greenway on your list?
There was
I thought Greenway was a fucking bad player tonight.
Yeah, Greenway was invisible. I thought they should have moved. I thought they should have moved Tage back up to the first line when things were.
As soon as Levi lets in that bad goal, you go back to Tuck, Thompson, and Jeff.
Yeah.
Skinner.
So I just
that's my point.
There was the one play too. Paterka was he came to the zone with the puck. He came in wide and he cut to the middle. And for a second, at least a full second, he had a complete lane to shoot that puck. And he tried to make that extra move. And I think that's inexperience and maybe trying to put yourself.
Yeah, I mean, but there was a bunch of that tonight, Duane. And I think the big thing is when we didn't get that swing with the no goal and not capitalizing with that bad third goal. That's a 2-goal swing. It goes 100%. From being 2-2 to 3-1. I think that's the story of tonight's game. That's it.
Yeah. I tend to agree. Unfortunately, you're on a back-to-back against a very, well put together, well coached. Now with this being tonight, the New Jersey Devils are now my team going to the playoffs because of the guy behind the bench, Lindy Ruff. Couple clicks for him.
How about Vanacek?
I hate Vanacek. I want to talk about
Vanacek. When's the last time, Duane, you remember a goalie that fucked the Buffalo Sabres up more than him?
I
always fucked us up.
I tweeted that out earlier. I said,
did you really?
Yeah, I said when he was at Washington, he was our kryptonite.
He fucked us up. He beat us 5 out of 6. He went 5 out of 6. In the game we beat them, it was the other guy in net. That's over in you know what I'm talking about.
Yep. So we're gonna go to the peanut gallery.
Yeah, hey, so I wanted to address this right here. Duane, can you read this?
Nothing on Levi. We are leaning on him too much too soon. Bryson -3 today.
Yeah, Bryson was junk.
Bad. We looked out of gas, but this was a must win. It was expecting a better effort, but still great year.
Hey, Duane, I'm gonna tee it off for you, but I want to take that. Oh, can you wait? Can we do this one first?
Yeah, well, we're not going to do.
I agree with what you said, and I'm only being hard on him because I'm a goalie guy. Me and Duane talked about why Levi should be starting today, and we came to a consensus. Duane, can you finish that off? I respect Donnie Meatball's move. I would have started Levi there.
Oh no, I don't disagree with Levi.
No, tell him what we came to this afternoon. Remember how we talked about when we would both start Levi today?
Oh, 100%. You have to. He and plus, not to mention, the kid hasn't played a full NHL schedule this year. He played a college schedule.
5 games.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like, you ride him. Then you gotta get. We'll get into that in a little bit about the Ottawa game, whether you play him in that game or not.
No, that's Craig's game, bro. That's Craig's game.
Now it's definitely Craig's game. 1,000%.
What was the second question?
Hold GM accountable, failed to acquire top-notch goaltender. Watch yesterday's game. Rangers TV announcers made a valid point. If only the Sabres had a reliable.
We were not going to win the Stanley Cup this year. I respect your point. I didn't see your name, but I respect your point. But I think the assets we would have had to give up. The goalie market was weak this year for anything long-term, and Kevin Adams knew he had the best goalie in all of college and OHL hockey in his fucking pipeline. So why would you give up assets when you know he's coming? We weren't going to win the Stanley Cup this year, guys. Duane?
No.
Back me up.
No, we weren't. But I think it was more about getting that monkey off your back. Kind of like when the Bills finally
we should have made the fucking playoffs. I'm pissed.
Get that monkey off your back and let these kids that you have now get that playoff experience. That I agree with.
We need it tonight, dude. Just even to have that one game at home where it's because everybody would have came out. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I'm not saying they won't. Sabres looked mentally, physically exhausted. Too many turnovers. Poor defensive play. I agree. In the own zone. Lack of awareness. All season long problem. Yeah, I agree. Our D zone has been sloppy and it's killed us. What was the last sentence? Too many what?
Too many.
Well, it's not just the penalties; it's the type of penalties.
Yeah,
I'll take a good roughing minor and kill it. If you have to hook a guy in a breakaway, I'll take it. But the stupid shit, 200 feet from your net, Duane, did that not bother you as a goalie?
Yeah, it definitely bugged me as a goaltender. That sucked.
Oh, hey, Miss Arenas, you're the best. We love you,
Mauricio is one of my favorite all-time guests on this show. He's awesome.
Mauricio is a Mr., right?
Mauricio, yes.
Yes, Mauricio. I'm sorry, I didn't get your name up. I'm with you, buddy. Go Blue Jays. I'm a big Jays fan. Me and my brother. Players coach and incompetent. What do you mean incompetent GM? I believe in Kevin.
I believe in Kevin too. Was I upset at the trade deadline? Yes, because I thought you still.
Why?
Upset to an extent because I thought you still could have planned for the future the way we
have all our picks still.
Yes, I understand that, but we also have so this is going to be a numbers game, right? Next year is a numbers game. Casey Middlestad's staying. Like at the beginning of the season, maybe we didn't think so. Casey Middlestad's sticking around. You're gonna have three first round picks that you've taken that are playing in junior and college right now that are going to be vying for a spot on this team. Eventually, it does become a numbers game. It does. It does. And realistically, are you going to hold on to all of these guys? Are they all going to contribute to your team on the ice? Or are they going to help? You're going to be able to utilize them to contribute to your team in the long-term plans via a trade. Much like with Portillo. Obviously, he had no path to the NHL here in Buffalo. You traded him for a third-round pick. But just much like the Jordan Greenway deal where you found a guy with term left, I was hoping for another deal kind of like that. Just real quick, Johnny, you muted your own mic.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I
agree with you, but Duane, one question. Yuri Kulik is on this team next year, yes or no?
100%. I think so.
Right. So, guys, I am so excited for two things. We didn't have Devin Levi all year. We didn't have a healthy Samuelson all year, and that fucked everything up on the back end. Like, Bryson is not a National League hockey player. I'm sorry, Jacob. I respect you and your family. I wish you nothing but the best, but I don't envision you being part of this Sabres team that wins. Guys, we weren't going to win it this year, but Duane, Yuri Kulik, and who else? Who else do you like making the roster next year? I'm going to say Ryan Johnson because I loved Ryan Johnson all Frozen 4 long, and he's gotten better and better, folks. And we wrote him off 2 years ago with Power coming in and with all these signings. Ryan Johnson is your answer, and he is our savior. Ryan, sign with us, please. I will give you a personal recruiting trip. Duane is going to finance it. What do we got?
He just taking a shot at
same one.
He's taking a
your
shot at
thoughts on my comment.
I agree. I 100% agree. I think Ryan Johnson, he's not signed yet. Hopefully they get that done. I don't think it'll happen until the offseason because they don't see the point in probably burning a year of his entry level deal for 2 more games.
No. I don't want him this year. I mean next year. I want him to make the team out of camp.
Hopefully he signs. I hope he does. If not, you get a consolation second-round pick if he doesn't.
Doesn't matter. I want Ryan Johnson because he gives us. Think about it. What are we missing right now? What killed us? One of our thanks Pagulas for exciting season of offensive talent, future potential stars, 12 years in counting. Reality bites. Yeah, I agree. All hail Connor Bedard as he is represented by Connor Poole, Party Huxley. What? I don't get that last part.
I think he meant Hurley. Hurls.
No more excuses. No more pipe dreams. Let's call a spade a spade. We need to improve defensively. Ryan Johnson. We own his rights. Till that happens, we're doomed. I agree. Can't depend on Levi Moses, the savior of liberated Sabres. Agreed. Ryan Hudson helps, and guess what? Kevin will pick up or trade for with our assets a good defenseman. This is what we have this year, Duane. How many first-round picks do you think we have?
Right, this season we have 1.
Next, how many second-rounders do we have?
I want to say 2.
We have ours and we have Phillies. Round 3, what do we have?
Buddy, I don't know offhand.
We have the Kings. We traded our own pick. Then we have round 4, 5, 6, 7 are our own picks. So we have 3 in the first 60. Now, go ahead, Duane. Read that one.
Never let me down, Duane. I've come hot with my takes, the good, the bad, the ugly. Hold the GM and Pugalas, the media accountable. Us passionate fans deserve better always next year. But here's the thing. Always
the
next
good,
year.
The bad, the Cully. The good, the bad, the Cully.
With that being said,
Greggy? Wait, what did Greggy say?
That's not the same Greg. It's not our Greg.
Okay, well, Greg, we'll come back to you. Go ahead, Duane.
But listen,
to Mauricio's point,
like next year, this is a year to look forward to. Like, potentially 5 30-goal scorers this team next year.
JJ Peterka, Dylan Cousins, Jack Quinn.
Yeah, potentially 5. You know,
Ryan Johnson.
But how many teams can potentially say that about?
Casey Middlestat, Tage Thompson.
Yeah,
Greg, I'm proud of these boys too.
Johnny? Just so you know, you don't have to read every comment.
I appreciate the fans. I've been working so much. I've been MIA. I appreciate the love, guys. I know it's probably for Duane, but thank you.
Yep. Last season we missed. Let's go, boys. Again, we love what's up, kid. Where you been? Real rock.
Well, that's in the basement. Okay.
Yeah. Hey, listen. I mean, it's
okay. Listen, Yoki already had a tough bounce game. Agreed.
Yeah, that was a tough bounce, but he also.
Gar, what do you mean? The bad goal from Tatar? No. The bad goal from Tatar was the third goal. I'll show you right now, Bob.
I should just stop.
What's that say? 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. All right. Anyways.
Look, 1, 2, 3.
Let's just
1, 2, 3.
Let's just get back to the game. So obviously, you want that goal back from Levi, but outside of that, I thought he played a stellar game. Again, I think we found our bell cow.
Great all night long.
We have 2 franchise defensemen in Dahlin and Owen Power. You have 5 potential 30-goal scorers on this team next season. And here's the biggest point. If that wasn't good enough, you have so much cap space.
Let's play a fun exercise, listeners. If we get, he's not pushing Yogi out. Johnson's going to be our 5-6. That's what's going to give us 3 good pairs. Buffalo took a massive leap this year. It hurts now, but you guys will look back at the season and be happy in a couple days. I'm happy right now. We don't need to change a lot. Like Duane said, we're 1 good defenseman if Johnson comes away from being really strong on the back end. Buffalo's on the rise. It's a great building block. Yeah, I love our forwards. We have drafted good forwards. And not only that, Duane, like you said, we have 2 or 3 studs coming up. So, hey, here was the exercise. Duane, I'll ask you first, and all of our fans, Mauricio, all you guys, you can add into. If you had 1 free agent signing or trade that you would pull off this summer, who would it be? Fans, join in.
A lot of people would probably say Patrick Kane. Guess it would depend on the cost. I would personally go find your true second pairing defenseman because I don't think he's on the team right now, and I personally don't know if Johnson would slide into that slot as a rookie.
3-1 goal. I'm not wrong. Look. Damn it, he is right. That was Miles Wood. Tatar got the 4th goal. Fuck, okay. I'm wrong. Sorry, buddy. You're right. I owe you $20.
Build a bridge and get over it. Build a bridge and get over it. Who cares?
Open your eyes, Duane. People are complaining.
Anyways, see, you interrupt me and I lose my train of thought.
Sorry.
It sucks. It sucks because I think Chicago beat Pittsburgh tonight, so that sucked. If we would have been able to,
we got all the help we needed.
We did. We got a lot of
We
help.
got all of it. All of it.
Unfortunately, you just couldn't get this one in the garage tonight. And you know, Levi's played a lot of hockey.
Can we talk about the chances? Did you really think we had 27 scoring chances tonight?
No.
Guys, if I was just listening, they had us at 38 shots, and 27 of those were scoring chances. No fucking way. I'll give us.
This is an interesting take. Varlamov to pair with Levi. I would not hate that.
No, Varlamov's got to come in at like 2.1.
Yeah, and I think that's what he would come in at.
Yeah, he 1.8, 2.1.
I wouldn't hate that.
Anything higher than that, I would love him at 1.5 because that gives us, you know what I mean?
Matt's.
Yeah, but DeBrincat. Hey, who are you gonna take out of the top 9 for DeBrincat? I like our youth, Duane.
No, I agree.
DeBrincat's a hell of a player. I saw him with McDavid.
He's going to cost a lot if he is still a free agent. I don't know if he's signed or not, but that would cost.
I'd rather get Pat Kane for 1 year.
Yep, power play specialist,
right?
A guy who, again, regardless of what you think of the guy off the ice, on the ice, he's an absolute superstar.
Right. Like if he would take like a little less to be here, right? Like he would.
You think he would?
It might be 2 years until we get him, though. I don't know.
Yeah, he is not. I guess DeBrincat is not signed. Again, you look at your top
for
9
the right price. I take him at 6.4, right?
Pardon?
He's gonna command way more than that, but I take him at like less than 7.
Yeah, like a Dylan Cousins contract.
Yeah,
a little bit less than that. I agree,
but he ain't gonna take that.
I don't think so either.
He's gonna get 7.5.
Remember, you got to pay Darlene and Owen.
That's
Power.
What I mean. DeBrincat's gonna get 7.5 times 7 years from some team, right? And we have to sign our own guys. Power's up soon. No, you save the money. You don't, because like think about it. Like I first said, who is DeBrincat? Like, is he replacing Jack Quinn, Peyton Krebs? Like, who's he replacing?
That's a tough call.
I think Yuri Kulich is better than him.
Yeah,
I'm hot on Yuri Kulich. Who's your favorite prospect we have, Duane?
Yuri Kulich.
Oh, come on. That's such a fucking copycat.
It's not. It's not, though.
Or who's your favorite D prospect? Don't say Ryan Johnson.
What's that kid's name?
I'm trying to pull up the Rochester guys right now. We have Matt Savoy, Noah Oslin, Yuri Kulich, Isaac Rosen. I like Isaac Rosen. Dude, Matt Savoy, Isaac Rosen, and Yuri Kulich, Savoy, and Oslin could all play. 4 guys that could all play in the National League.
And they're all centers.
They can all play wingers. Rosen's listed as the right wing. Savoy is listed as a center. Oslin is listed as a center, and Kulich is listed as a center and a left wing. So I honestly think Isaac Rosen, Savoy, Oslin, and Kulich could be on this team next year. Yes or no?
At least Kulich. I think Savoy will definitely, because he can't be sent to Rochester, I don't believe. As a junior player.
Oh, next year he can.
Can he? I don't know.
Yeah, as a 20-year-old, yeah.
I don't know.
He had to go back this year, bro.
Because we couldn't send Reinhardt. Remember, we couldn't send Reinhardt to
No, different situation. That was around the lockout. We could send him back, bro, this year, but next year he'd be a 20-year-old. That makes him a pro. He's already signed with us. He can't go back to juniors as a 20-year-old. Unless we send him there. Like he has to play with us.
Either the NHL or juniors.
No, it's next year he can play in the AHL.
I thought the rule was different.
No, the rule exists, Duane, up until your overage year. Because think about it. Most drafted guys don't play their overage year in the OHL. Like me, I was a scrub. I played my overage year, right?
Correct.
Most pros, they sign at 19, and they instead of playing their overage year in the O, they play in the A or the coast. You know what I mean?
Correct. I think the guy
that rule exists for 19-year-olds.
The guy I'm looking for is Palpatov. Big defenseman.
I think, dude, we have cupboards, dude. And fans, guys, I want you to think.
No, it's not Palpatov. Who is it?
Regardless, our cupboards are deep. Yes or no, guys?
Up front, yes. Defensively, no.
Ryan Johnson, if he signs, who do we pick up? Who's our UFA guy?
I mean, I don't
Who's
have
our
the list.
UFA?
I don't have the list in front of me. Komarov.
No, I'm looking.
Komarov. That's who it is. Komarov. Out of the queue. Big fucking defenseman.
And he moves well.
6'2", 200 pounds. Heavy guy. So that's the guy I was thinking of.
UFA 2023 defenseman.
Are you asking me or are you looking it up?
No, I know. I was just for my search. I just wanted to make sure because, like, for me, it's who's out there. Like, is there a realistic target? Like Chychrun, we lost out on, right? So
yeah,
like,
Chychrun's gonna stay put where he's at.
So I have
you got guys like. So let me talk. You got guys like John Klingberg,
Dumba, Johnson, Orloff,
Eric Johnson. You have
Gottesbeer, Clefbaum,
Dmitry Orlov,
Dumoulin,
Gardner, Clefbaum,
Shattenkirk,
Dumoulin.
What about Travis Hamonic? He's a right shot defenseman.
Again,
he's only 32.
Jake Gardner.
Wait, what do you think about Hamonic, dude? He was a second round pick. He was a horse. He won a Mem Cup, dude.
I wouldn't mind Hamonic, but from what I remember, I think he was trying to stay put in Canada.
What about Radko Gudas? We could use him.
I would love Radko Gudas.
He would be a perfect sixth. He could play with Ryan Johnson, and Radko could just connect to that little guy.
You need to find your second pairing guy if it's not going to be Johnson.
No, I thought we have 4 locked up. Power, Dahlin, Samuelson, and Jokiharju. You don't like Jokiharju is what you're saying. I think Ryan Johnson's a top 4 guy. Jokiharju and a guy like Gudas or fucking Shattenkirk or Gottesbeer or Klingberg or Orloff as a 5'6" is a big upgrade. Guys, I'm telling you, Ryan what's that say, Duane?
Matthew Savoy will only be 19 at the start of next season.
You're right. Then I'm wrong. I thought he was going to be an overager. No, Duane, I thought he was a year older. So I was right about the rule, but he's got to go back.
Serviceable defenseman. He offers physical play.
Right, but
I think would you take guy though?
Would you take Orloff over him?
Yes. 100%.
Would you take Dumoulin over him?
100%.
Would you take Hamonic over him?
Yes.
So, like, that's our argument to that question. Good question, guys, but that's our thinking on that. Duane, here's what's interesting. I think Gudas could come in at a low cap rate, right? Because he didn't have a strong season with Philly. Mats Lindgren, was that the Leafs' old pick?
To read comment, but I'm just post. We don't have to hear them every time they come on.
I'm new at this.
If we read every comment, buddy,
Chicago wouldn't take that trade.
No, I mean Olofsson's gone. Olofsson's gone this offseason. They got one more year left on his deal. He's gone.
I would have traded Jacob for Savoy. Chychrun. No, hey, it would have taken Savoy, our first in this year or next year.
That was
another one.
That was a non-starter for Kevin Adams.
Right.
But anyways, let's get back to the game. The game. I mean, you need more than 2 goals. In an elimination game.
Out. Duane, you said you got kicked in the nuts with the no-goal call. What has to happen after that?
You have to bear down, get pucks to the net, just crash, and just play a grinder style of hockey. I mean, the New Jersey's a notorious team for how well they play defensively. Here's one thing that really grinded my gears with 3 minutes left. And Donnie's done this a lot this season. It was right after we were on the power play. We had an offensive zone draw, and we didn't take our timeout. Instead, he chooses to take his timeout with 2 minutes left, down 5-2, instead of a minute earlier, down 4-2 with an offensive draw. That drove me nuts. It's like,
I'm not gonna fight you on that. At that point I was watching some other games. So I honestly I can't critique Donnie on when he took his timeout at that, dude. After that fourth goal, and you were right, whoever mentioned that on the show, Duane. I knew it was over, so I was watching, but I wasn't, like line matching. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, no, it was just you had an opportunity to take a timeout there, give your top guys some extra rest, because chances are they're probably playing 90% of the rest of that game.
Oh, timeout. Dude, the first goal about Yoki Haru, did you watch it again?
Yeah, one off his skating in.
Yeah, but like the way that this happens, that puck goes into the corner, middle stat, and Bryson again. You know what? Our fan was right. Bryson lets him throw it off the post, and then Yoki Haru, it goes right off his skate. Keep going. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. So again, you know,
Bryson, be better, dude.
What?
Keep going. Sorry, don't listen to me.
Yeah. So we had the offensive draw with 2:55 left in the game. Down 2. We just scored, to make it with a 2-goal game. You just had the power play where you had them on their heels in their zone, and your guys are dog tired. You're on the second of a back-to-back in the third period, in the third period, and you don't take your time out there. Like, not that it would have made a huge difference.
So wait, timeout in the second?
In the third. You
Okay.
had 2 minutes and 55 seconds left in the third period. You just had a power play.
All right, wait. I'm at 2:37. So 2:55, you're saying?
Yeah, it's 2:55.
Duane, I'm at the game. I'm looking. I'm right at your spot. So you would have called, that offensive zone draw, you would have called it?
There was no TV timeout, so it's not like they had an extra timeout. It was maybe 30 seconds in between whistles, and you did not take your timeout.
And at 2:30, they scored the empty net goal. I'm with you.
Yeah, I don't. And then at 2:02, that's when he takes his timeout down 5-2. Bro, where were you on that offensive zone draw?
100% right, Duane. At 5-2, that timeout means nothing.
So Duane,
really, at 5-2, does that timeout do anything? The game's out of reach at that point, right?
Game's over.
So, like, they make it 6-2, like, 30 seconds later on that empty netter, right? This bullshit.
Agreed. What are you showing, dude? Stop showing everybody your phone. I have the ability to pull that up on the screen, right? You don't have to make us look like a cookie cutter friggin' podcast. Okay, we're all looking. And you're muted. You muted yourself again, bud. Well, while he tries to figure out his audio, he's muted or he's dragging. I don't know. Anyways, guys, with that being said, that's not what lost us the game. Obviously, you were down 4-2 at that point, but it definitely didn't help. And we've all seen Donnie kind of make those moves throughout the season. There you are. Anyways, yeah, it's just
season-ending notes, Duane.
Season-ending notes. If we're gonna step away from the game, which we really haven't finished up on,
finish the game.
Well, yeah, it's just I feel that a lot of the people in the peanut gallery are right. They were gassed on on a back-to-back. They fought hard, but I definitely don't think they deserve to win. With your analytics and your chances, I thought New Jersey was the better team. They are the better team.
We played hard, though.
Yeah, we played hard. But
we didn't deserve to win. And you need to understand that, folks. Duane said it best.
I don't think we deserved. I don't care what the analytics say, to win that game. You know what I mean?
Hey, what's his name? What's the goalie's name? Vitek Vanacek.
Yeah.
He made 2 saves that he shouldn't have. Levi almost made those saves, and they went in.
Yeah. So
right.
I don't know. Listen. I don't know.
Vanacek was awesome tonight, dude.
Yeah, he played great.
How can we not talk about the game without him?
No,
36 out of 38. That's like a 960 save percentage.
Vitek Vanacek played great tonight. So I mean, I'm not saying
I want him to sign a 12
I love it when I get halfway
out west, dude.
And you just
he needs to go out west because he's a Sabre killer.
I should ring a fucking bell every time in the middle of a sentence, and you just cut in. Well, I wonder how many bells would go off.
Well, it would work, but I'm hardly ever here. So,
But listen, yeah, I think did I think he was the hero of the game for New Jersey? No, I think New Jersey played a very good defensive style game, and their stars were stars. Their makeup of their team, I think, outside of net, is very much similar to ours.
They got lucky this year. They didn't draft a guy like Levi or finesse a trade for a guy like Levi. They got lucky with Vanacek having he signed for peanuts, guys.
Yeah,
and he's been like second team all NHL. You know what I mean? Dude's been good. He's been kicking him away.
Vanacek has had
he's getting Vezina votes. He's not going to win, right? We all know who's going to win, but like he's up there, guy. Like he's going to come in like fifth or sixth.
And it drives me nuts who is going to win too.
Hey, let's not talk about it, Duane. Yeah. What's one good thing that's happened in life, like in the last week? Let's cheer this up. What's one thing that made you happy this week?
This week or this year?
This year. This year's kind of vague because that makes it sad.
I think the biggest thing, I think the most important thing is this season. This is the first time in a decade we've played meaningful games in April. Like, I don't care. And, Ron.
But here's the counter. Another moral victory, Duane.
No, I don't think there's moral victories here this year.
I know. I was just playing devil's advocate.
No, I don't think I would quantify that as moral victory. I think that we genuinely know this team. I mean, whatever the odds are, honestly, I peg this team to be a 45+ win team next season.
And I make a bold prediction. Devin Levi is going to win the Calder.
100%. What are the odds?
I would take Jeff Skinner's going to score 50. Thompson's going to have he might not. I don't care how many goals he gets. He's going to get like 120 points.
Yeah, I think. And again,
Alex Tuch's going to have 100.
They were close this year if you don't count.
Dude, hey, I'm just saying those are my bold predictions.
I think the injuries hurt him a lot. Tuch missed a chunk of games. I think Thompson's been playing hurt since the All-Star break.
Alex Tuch for captain, over. Alex Tuch for captain, over.
I agree. I know people want Darlene. I think Darlene.
Hey, Duane, did you listen to the Tage Thompson Spin Chicklets interview?
Yeah.
Should fans listen to it?
I agree. They should. He talked,
guys. Even if you don't like Biz or Wit, go listen to the Tage Thompson interview. It's a 1 hour and 44 minutes, 36 seconds into the show. It's from like a week ago. It's real easy to find. Skip to an hour and 44 minutes. Listen to Tage. You can tell he was uncomfortable because they were trying to like talk about Chippewa and what Jack and Sam did. Did you hear that, Duane?
Yeah.
But Tage didn't bite on it, and you could tell they cut the audio and had to like refill it with like a later part.
Yeah.
Because Tage held his ground. And he said, no, it's changed. Okies ran a tight ship. We're all accountable. I thought it was interesting, though. Did you know that Jeff Skinner, remember Zach Galifianakis did Two Ferns?
Well, yeah, we all know about Between Two Stalls.
Yeah, that's what our point was. Moral victories. No, Duane, keep going. Keep going with what you're saying.
No, we all know about Between Two Stalls, and it's been that's a fun thing for fans, and you can tell the players really.
I found out today.
You didn't know that was a thing until today?
No, because I've been doing audiobooks. I read 3, and I didn't listen to. I missed the past 5 Spin Chicklets. I just got caught up.
Yep. Yeah.
What's up, Larry, Moe, and Curly, the assistant coaches?
I do think that's one change that has to happen on the bench is they needs veteran coaches as assistants. Matt Ellis was coaching kids a few years ago.
Hey, Matt Ellis is not the problem, but he ain't the answer. You feel me?
I agree. So
big time game requires big time players. Thompson, Cousins, Middlestead, Skinner need to step up. Can't rely on the kid line, the fourth line. Guys, we weren't going to win the Stanley Cup. Let's fuck off with that.
Yeah, my mouth.
Why couldn't I put that bet in?
I know, right? Sign Zach Cassian.
Hey, friend of the program, Zach Cassian. You want to hear a good pick? You want to hear a good story? Ask Duane about it.
Yeah, the pool ball story. It's a good stuff.
Paramat, hey, next time we see each other, I'll share some premium Zach Cassian stories. They're true to delight.
The game
This
that I saw,
game-
we need a player physically trade a second and a prospect. It's going to cost you a lot.
Yes, dude. Hey, I have Tom. He follows me on Twitter still, and well, he used to last time I checked. I will message him and say, listen, me and Duane, it's gonna be fake, but me and Duane will get you like a $2 million deal. Duane owns this huge endorsement company. We'll get you some money on the side. We'll get him up here, and then by the time he realizes what happened, he's already signed.
Yeah.
So done deal, guys. We got it done.
So,
by the way, Tom Wilson played in the same division in Plymouth that I played in Windsor, and him and Tyler Seguin and Ricard Raquel for the Penguins, as Duane knows, made me their bitch.
yeah. So
I have PTSD from the goals they scored.
yeah. Well, we
The
all know
one
Tyler,
fight on YouTube I have
we all know
is
Tyler
from that
Toffoli-
game.
We all know Tyler Toffoli made you his bitch. That's for sure.
Hey, that's documented on my Instagram at Cullbanger, CULL banger, and it's a great picture because Toffoli is waiting for the 1T, and I'm
You're
like,
just
kind of
there.
like, where's the puck? Where is it?
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's a good picture.
Duane, hey, one last question.
Ding.
Does Portillo play more than 100 NHL games?
Yes. I think he does. I mean, Cal.
Eric, best of luck, friend of the show. I love you. I hope it works out. And we really appreciated your time because I know that you didn't have to give us that interview with the shitty internet. But thank you, Eric, and best of luck.
I actually
the fans here in Buffalo appreciate you. And we know that you battled through at training or prospect camp, not with your own gear, and you didn't whine about it. You battled through it, and that's how we'll remember you, Eric. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, he got his gear in time for day 2.
Damn it, Cully. Bad insider information. Damn it.
But I actually spoke to Eric last week when they were going into the semis for the Frozen Four. Wished him luck, and he was excited, and I let him know he had a great season, and super excited to see what his pro career turns into out there in LA. So
Is he turning pro this year?
I mean, what's their situation in net in LA?
Phoenix Copley.
Yeah. So I mean,
who did they get back for quick?
He was initially traded to Columbus, right?
But I thought they
got
acquired a goalie.
Korpisalo.
What?
They got Korpisalo then.
Yeah.
So they
that's tough, dude. Korpisalo's sick.
Yeah, he's a great goaltender.
Was I ever a great goaltender, Duane?
You were mediocre at best. So, you're.
Hey, before we wrap things up, can I ask one question?
Sure.
Your predictions for next season. Do we?
Well,
I'm saying we get the third division spot. We're not a wild card team next year. We're going to be in the top 3 for the whole season in our division.
I think we finish ahead of Toronto. I personally think we finish ahead of.
Fuck them, Leafs, Steve. Fuck you, Steve.
I think. I think we finish ahead of Toronto. I think we finish ahead of the Lightning. I think we finish ahead of the Islanders and the Devils. And personally, I think if you're going to go 1, 2, 3 in the East, I think it's going to be we have a chance to be right in that third spot, like you said. I think Boston will still lead the East.
Well, no. If they get their guys back, if they win this year and they have Bergeron and them leave, they're out. Pittsburgh's too old. Washington's too old. New York will be good, but there's a big vacuum there, right?
Yeah, I don't think the Islanders are anything to
Are you worried about the Islanders? Because I'm not.
No. If they don't have Sorokin, they're not even a playoff team.
Devin Levi is gonna fucking own the Islanders and the Rangers over the next 6 years.
2 years from now, Devin Levi, best goalie in New York State.
Dude, timeout. Hey, Duane, you said I could do it. My brother, guys, he played at Quinnipiac. That's his jersey every day. The Bobcats. Okay, couple clicks for the national championships.
Yep.
That's their first title. My brother played there before they built a new rink, and Rand Pecknold actually was the world junior coach this year. He's been there 32 years, Duane. They started off as a Division II team.
Yep.
And it's their first D1 team to ever win a national championship.
Yep. So
And you hate my brother.
I don't hate your brother.
Quinnipiac.
I don't hate your brother.
Hey, shout out to Dazer and Greg and Mr. Dazer and them for the Yale winning.
Yep. Yeah.
Why are all these showing up at once?
Because I'm clicking on them.
Oh,
I want to make sure everybody. I want to make sure everybody gets their comments in while we're talking.
I can't read them that fast.
Well, that's why I'm doing it, so you don't read them every single time, because you will.
I want to give the people their fucking voice.
Johnny, if we did that, we'd be here till midnight.
Hey, Donnie Meatballs, relax.
So, in terms of next year, to answer your question, I think the first things first, before he touches free agency, he's gonna get the Dahlin deal done. I think he's gonna start on Owen Power because technically he burned his second year of his entry level deal this year. Because
Owen Power's deal is already done.
You think so?
It's gonna fluctuate depending. They already have. I bet you they have 2 deals done. One on the low cap projection and one on the high cap projection.
I wouldn't be surprised. You're probably right. They
might not announce it until like late in the season. You know what I mean?
I think both those deals get done first, and then I think you'll see an Olofsson trade probably around the draft.
I think the Dahlin deal's done already. You know what I mean?
It might be, yeah. It might be.
Him and Power, I think, if we're going to sign very similar,
they're gonna be just under 20 million combined. I think
Dahlin will get more but he'll also get more term. Power will get similar rate, but a little bit less term, so he can maximize his value in 5 years. You know what I mean?
Well,
like, I can see. What do you think Dahlin will go at? 9?
What?
Do you think Dahlin gets 8, 7?
Dahlin years? Or are you talking about million?
Million.
He's getting 10 million, dude.
So if Dahlin signs 9.5 for 7 years, I would take Power at 6.5 by 3.
I don't think he does that. I mean,
no, because that gets him to UFA status, so he can sign for that 8th year with us.
Well, I know that, but I think Power. I mean, judging from the way Kevin has done business, you look at the Cousins deal, you look at the Tage deal.
Have the money unless we're gonna max him out.
We do though have the money. We have over $20 million in cap space, easy.
So are you gonna see Power gets more than Dahlin in 2 years?
What?
Does Power get, if Power waits, let's say Dahlin's deal gets done this year, does Power get more than him in 2 years?
I don't think so. I don't know. I mean, Dahlin's a Norris level defenseman.
Yeah, $9.5 million defenseman. I think Power is going to be an $8 million
I personally, if you let me finish what I was saying, the way Kevin Adams seems to do business, he likes to lock up guys with more term early. He did it with Cousins. He did it with Tage. I would not be surprised if he pushed to get him signed through 2030 like he has everybody else. Just saying.
I let you
more pay. He did it with Samuelson. He did it with Tage, and he did it with Cousins. I think he's willing to pay more now and have it be a bargain later. Just like
we already know that the flat cap is going to rise by $3.5 million over the next 2 years.
Yeah, so
1.7. This I could be off on that. I know it's going up about $1.5 million per year. So when you look at Samuelson's deal, when you look at Thompson's, you know why they eliminate, for the people that have heard Thompson's, Tage Thompson's Spin Chicklets interview, it got awkward when they brought up the contract because he took a really friendly deal and then exploded again.
For sure he did.
Remember, Biz called him out for being a one-hit wonder, and he chirped the Sabres for signing Samuelson. And it's like, feel it, Biz, you fuck.
Well, yeah, Samuelson, that's such a great deal, I think.
Yes, it's amazing.
For a top pair.
That's why I'm trying to get out of you. Dahlin strikes me like Landeskog does because they're boys. I knew that. I played against Landeskog on Team Sweden. Him and Dahlin are boys. Okay, I know that. McKinnon took less for his team, right, to win a cup. So did Landeskog. Landeskog is like Dahlin's mentor.
I mean,
Did you see them together at the All-Star game 2 years
Yeah.
ago?
Yeah.
So you know their connection, right?
Well, this year, I mean, I don't think Landeskog was at the All-Star
No,
game.
he wasn't there this year. That's why I said 2 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
He was
They're
healthy.
both,
But my point being is,
getting off
like,
topic.
I think Darlene might take, instead of taking 10, I think he might take 9.2. You know what I mean?
So.
To help
Power
get paid.
I hope so. I mean, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't. I mean, he's a tournament.
Can't start writing blank checks, Duane, though. You know what I mean? We can't get into that mood.
Yeah, but if you're
got a lot of
gonna,
mediocre players on bad
he's a $10 million defenseman. He's a $10 million defenseman, and he's earned that. So
Ryan Johnson, yes or no? I think he's an NHL defenseman.
Why are we talking about Ryan Johnson? Yes, I already said yes.
So why isn't anybody in the comments saying Ryan Johnson?
Because he's not signed yet. He's not signed. He has to sign.
We haven't done a great job retaining our college draft picks. Why, Duane? Is it previous regimes?
Yes, but this has been an ongoing thing with him. He didn't want to sign last year either, and he wouldn't commit to sign. He wouldn't commit to anything with Buffalo before.
He needed 4 years at Minnesota, Duane.
I understand that, but
he looked like shit as his first year.
And he realized if he doesn't sign, he's gone. Right? He hasn't he's gone. Why wouldn't you want to sign now at the end of the season and get paid now and guarantee yourself and burn 1 year off your entry level deal and start getting paid now? What does that mean?
He wants to max out his entry level deal, dude. He wasn't a first round pick. He was the second pick in the first round. No, sorry, he was the first pick in the second round.
No, I'm pretty positive he was a first round pick.
Okay.
He was one of the guys in the O'Reilly deal.
What's his name? Spell it.
Ryan Johnson.
R-I? No, it's R-Y. I thought he was that. Okay, here we go. He was the
final pick of that playoff round, I believe.
Damn it. God damn it. I hate when you're right.
Exactly. I told you. Yeah, that's why it's only it's a second round pick for the consolation. Listen, he's not signed yet. That's why people aren't ranting and raving about him until he's signed.
I loved him in the Frozen Four. Did you not?
I did too, but he hasn't signed yet.
And you're so right. 31st overall in 2019.
I know I'm right.
But hear me out in his numbers. Ready? So the year we drafted him in 2019, he played in the USHL, right?
Yeah.
As a 17-year-old, he put up in 54 games, 6 goals, 19 assists for 25 points. That's half point a game, 26 PIMs, and he was a plus fucking 24 all rookie team. In the playoffs, he had 8 points in 12 games, and they won the whole thing, right?
Correct.
He went to Minnesota. His first year, he played every single game except 2. He only had 8 assists. He was a -9. Then he had a 2-12 for 14 points in a half of a season. But he was a plus 15. That's a 24%, 24 number increase. Last year, he did okay. He did 3-16 for 19 over 39 games. But this year, dude, he went 4 for 14 for 18 points, plus 22, and he was fantastic at the World Junior Championship in 21. He had 4 points in 7 games, was a plus 5. Ryan Johnson, please come.
I agree. We all want Ryan Johnson, but until he signs, I think that's why you're not seeing the hype on him right now.
Hockey DB is telling me he's left-handed, but I heard he was right.
Maybe he plays both sides.
No. He's left-handed that plays the right side. My bad. Duane, thank you for letting me on the show. Our featured guest, Quentin Musty. He's going to be a first-round draft pick this year. Friend of Duane's, not mine. I don't know him at all. Don't know him a bit. So Duane really did a lot.
We never really finished. Yeah, I got, for the last 5 minutes of this, I want to fully answer that question about next season. Obviously, again, we found our bell cow in net. The other goalie, you still have Eric Comrie signed for a year. UPL is still there. Obviously, Anderson's retiring. So it's either there is a realistic chance you can go into camp with those three. But I think Varlamov, as mentioned by a previous somebody who commented earlier, that is realistic depending on the price. I think that the first thing the Sabres are going to do in the offseason is get their own locked up. You're going to get Dahlin and potentially Power signed, in my opinion, long term. And then they'll start looking to where they're going to spend their money. I think you still truly need to find a top 4 defenseman. I don't think you can depend on Ryan Power to be that guy. Again, we all knew Owen Power.
Who's Ryan Power?
I'm sorry, Owen Power. We all knew Owen Power would be that guy. This season, a top 4 guy. I don't think we can obviously assume that Ryan Johnson is going to be that guy. So, as much as it would great be to sign him, I think you'd be doing yourself a disservice if you didn't look into the defensive market to find somebody to play on the opposite side of Power. I think that you're pretty much set down the middle for the first time since the Danny Briere, Chris Drury era. But I would like to see them find somebody to play with Casey Middlestat on your third line. Find him wingers. I think Jordan Greenway is going to be one of those guys, but maybe you got to find somebody else, in my opinion. I think Yuri Kulik.
Wait, did we already find him?
Pardon?
Did we already find him? Is it Matt Savoy? Is it Yuri Kulik?
They're both centers. I don't know.
Dude,
maybe they could play on the wing.
Kulik can play the wing. He can play the left wing.
I know that. I know
he's
that.
actually listed on the Sabre site as center left wing.
I know that.
Savoy is only a center.
But if you don't bring back Tyson Jost or Gergensons,
I don't think
that
two's going, right?
Pardon?
Okposo's going, Gergensons, and one of him or Jost is going.
So if you don't have, Gergensons can play the wing, but if Jost doesn't come back, you realistically, Yuri Kulik being maybe your 4th line center, which I would love that. Imagine that.
Oh my God, that gives us a 4th line horse, a 4 horse. You know what we used to call the 4 horse?
Hey, another guy we haven't even talked about, Peyton Krebs. You forget about Peyton Krebs. He's a center too.
Jack Quinn.
Well, Jack Quinn's a winger.
Tage Thompson.
Yeah, you have so much.
Oh, wait. Dylan Cousins is going to score 45 goals next year.
I hope so.
I'm telling you. Hey, anybody want to bet me? Dylan Cousins gets at least 85 points, and he has at least 45 goals.
I know what's going to happen. You have a wealth of riches down the middle for the first time in a decade.
But that's a good thing because good centers should be able to do what, Duane?
Play on the wing.
Boom.
Agreed. I agree.
Every goalie knows that.
You have such a wealth of riches and you have so much cap space to work with. I just think that you will end up seeing them try and find somebody. Maybe it is somebody that slots into their top 6. I don't think you need to, but can we play
that exercise right now?
What exercise?
So next year you leave Skinner, Tuck, and Thompson alone, right?
Yeah, that's your top.
All right, second line. Is it Cousins, Middlestat, Greenaway? No. What do you have there? You have Jack Quinn, Peterka.
It's a combination. It's some combination of Cousins, Quinn, Peterka, but I don't think that's your.
I like that. No, keep that. I like that line.
I don't think that's a guaranteed second line for you. It doesn't have to be.
No, it doesn't matter. I look at it more of the top 9 because then the next lines would be Middlestat, Greenway, and Jost.
That's if Jost is back.
Or Krebs, you know what I mean?
Krebs is very honest.
You know what I mean?
I agree. I just think they are going to explore the market, the free agent market, and see what's out there. Because again, Olsen is no longer part of the
Gergensons return.
Pardon?
Do you think both of Jost and Gergensons return?
I don't know. I think if you're going to ask me which one of those two for sure returns, it's going to be Gergensons.
because
Jurgens will take $1 million next year to stay in Buffalo.
Jurgens will take a loaf of bread and a bag of pucks and say he's a part of the Sabres. No, I'm just kidding. Jurgensen's he'll take the league minimum, but that's not why you should keep a guy on your lineup. Like Tyson Jost has meshed well with this group, dude. He scored some big goals down the stretch. Yes or no?
No, he's definitely scored some big goals, but I don't think it's a guarantee he's on this team. That's why I'm saying, like, I think they do. There is a signing, not a big splash.
That's my last question. You make a great point, and I don't think it's talked about enough, Duane. Who is that signing?
I don't know. You keep interrupting me. I keep trying to talk about it.
Who the fuck is it?
I don't know. I really don't know. I mean,
why do you keep talking about it?
I don't think it's going to be a big splash guy. I think it's going to be a second, third line guy. It's not going to be somebody that is going to demand a lot of money. It could be a Jordan Greenway level guy, or maybe a little bit better.
Vander Kane?
Huh?
Vander Kane's going to be free agent.
They're not bringing him back in. No way.
I
want nothing to do with Vander Kane. No.
I find that hard to believe when we have Savoy, Kulik, Osland. I don't know.
Osland isn't going pro next year.
Fine, but like, who?
And there's no guarantee that
right. We don't have to answer the question right now. You're right.
There's no guaranteeing that it's Savoy next year either. I think Kulik is a shoe-in next season for sure.
That's the only one I'm confident saying is 100% in the starting lineup.
So
you're right. We do have some hope to fill
next year for Matthew Savoy. I think it's going to depend on his camp, but I don't be surprised if Buffalo does make a small middle of the lineup move offensively this offseason.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Kevin Adams make a big move like he did with Taylor Hall, because I think he was premature with that. But I think this group has it. But I think Donnie Meatballs has to be a part of it.
Yeah. So,
just like he was with the Greenway deal.
Yeah.
Realistically, if you put Greenway on that third line, you know what I mean? And you have that, what did you say? Cousins, Quinn, and who? Peterka? And then you have Krebs, Greenway, and Quinn.
No, Quinn is on your second.
Sorry. Krebs, Greenway, Yost, and then Kulik, Gergensons, whatever. But then again, like you said, if you could pick up that stud in the top 9, dude, our top.
The thing is, I don't think he needs to be a stud. That's the thing. Like, maybe it is Patrick Kane. Who knows? We'll see. I mean,
I don't know what I'm saying. Couldn't it be though, Duane?
It depends on the price. I don't think you're going to see him
pay. Finally, have the skill to entice those players, though, right?
You do, yes. I don't think that you're going to see, because you have to shell out money for the players you have on your team now. You're not going to see a big financial splash on one player. I think he's going to divvy it out amongst guys.
You got to save money for the yacht.
Exactly. You got to save money for the yacht. I think that they will entertain the idea of bringing in another goalie to play with Levi to see what's there. Maybe it is Varlamov. Who knows?
I like the Varlamov compra.
I do. I do think you need to address your top 4 defensemen. 100%. I don't think you can do that. Put that off another year. I think
Ryan Johnson doesn't answer that question.
Not until he signs, and I wouldn't put him in that position either way.
I would, but you're right. He's got to sign.
Yeah, he's got to sign, and if he doesn't,
you're anti-Jokiharju then?
I would feel much more comfortable as Jokiharju on your bottom pair.
So you want Jokiharju to move down a pair and us to find that top 4 defenseman. That makes a lot of sense.
It's either going to be whoever you want to play it, whether it's Ryan Johnson on the bottom pair, or whether
Lindgren could do it. He's a right-handed.
I wouldn't mind it. You said Lindgren?
No, I say Klingberg, but Lindgren would be fine too.
Yeah.
But I think even Klingberg with Owen Power would be awesome. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Again, it would depend.
Klingberg's not what he used to be. He doesn't need to be with fucking Owen fucking Power.
No, not at all. You just got to be.
You make a solid point there, Duane.
You don't need him. You need a honest stay-at-home defenseman like Samuelson. Find that guy to play with Power, and I don't think that guy will cost you a ton of money.
Is Lyubushkin back next year? What's his deal?
I think he signed a 2-year deal. Yeah.
Okay. And I guess Luukkonen's future is in the
We don't know what Levin's future is.
I think that Devin Levi decided his future in the past week. Okay.
Yeah.
Listen, can I say one thing? And I mean this as a goalie that had to hang up his skates before his time, Duane, and you know the feeling because you had your fair share of injuries, and you've coached kids that have had injuries throughout your time at Hashtag Heroes and throughout your high school coaching career and playing career. It's not fun to have to go out on somebody else's terms, like not retiring because you want to, but at a young age, having a doctor tell you if you want to be able to walk your kids to the end of the driveway in 10 years, you can't play hockey anymore.
Yeah.
UPL won OHL Goalie of the Year. And if you look back at the winners, you got guys like Mackenzie Blackwood, you got guys like Philip Grubauer, you got very good goalies, right? He had a double labrum hip surgery that year. And that's why he was bad with AHL Rochester 2 years ago. It took him a while to get back. You're never the same as a goalie after you have hip surgery on one leg. He had it on both legs. And I think he'll make a fine living playing hockey professionally. I don't think he's an NHL starting goalie. Would I have him back next year? Yes.
Yeah, like I said, I don't be surprised.
I think it's awkward, Duane. I think it's awkward now.
Don't be surprised if you do go into camp with a combination of Comrie, Levi, and UPL.
Because
I would not be surprised.
Talk about that competition you mentioned.
Yeah. So maybe it does come down to that. We'll see. Or maybe they do find a legitimate veteran guy like Varlamov to play with Levi. We'll see. I think outside of what you have in your organization now, signing those guys, I think top of that list is a defenseman, maybe a middle of the pack scoring winger, because you don't need that. You definitely don't need centers now. And then third on that list,
Kane.
Maybe. And then third on that list for me is definitely going to be a veteran goaltender. So that's my predictions for the offseason. And I asked this question on Twitter before we went live, because I think before this season started, it was an easy question to answer. Now, not so much easy. Who would you pick to win a championship first, the Buffalo Sabres or the Buffalo Bills?
Sabres.
A lot of people are saying Sabres because people seem to think that the window for the Bills was this past season. Who knows? I mean, I think this season they're still going to be a great football team. They're still a contender. But, I mean, who knows now? I think that gap closed a lot this year.
So I have two questions for you. I agree with you completely. How important was it for Quinn and Peterka and Krebs to be able to go back and have that playoff run with Rochester?
Very important.
Now, the Rochester Americans this year aren't fighting for a playoff spot. They're going to get a first round home playoff spot. They look like they're going to get second. Yeah. Now, Duane, the guys that can go back, right?
I don't think Levi can.
No, and I'm not worried about him.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to ask you, the playoffs coming up, like that's very important because when you talk back, you made a great point a couple episodes ago with Butchie talking about those Sabres of 2006, 7, 8, right? Yep. And they were all together, Ryan Miller included, and friends of the show. A bunch of those guys were on that Rochester team. How is it? Here's from the Rochester Americans. We're in. The Americans have once again secured a spot in the Calder Cup playoffs. We can't wait for playoff action. Return to Blue Cross. We know the home crowd's going to be electric. We've secured a spot. The race to second place is on in the North Division. Yep. They currently sit second in place after 2 big wins. And remember, the second and third place teams will not play in the first round and will match up against each other in the second round. So they get a bye. So that's a big race to follow. And it'll be interesting to see who they send down and who's eligible. So, Duane, how important is that? Because we saw it this year, right? You mentioned it last year at this time. And you said how important it'll be for them to get that experience. Look at the seasons the guys had that were able to play. Krebs, Quinn, Peterka. Thoughts on that?
I think playing in these stretch of games that they've played in over the past month, with every game being kind of do or die. And a friend of the program, Ron, tweeted it out earlier. He goes,
"We love you, Ron."
To him, this was the playoffs. Like these games were playoffs because it was a playoff feeling every single game.
Tage Thompson said it in the Spin Chicklets interview. There were playoff games 2 weeks ago.
Yep. So to me, I think they got that experience already. At the major league level. I'm looking right now. I guess Kyle Okposo had a really emotional post game interview.
Yeah, dude, it was fucked up. I kind of watched it mid show.
I'm gonna bring it up here real quick before we
get
out of here.
Please do. It's tearjerker, man.
Yeah, so you could tell how much he wanted it. Unfortunately, they weren't able to get it done. I mean,
sad, Duane. Is this his last game?
Could have been.
I wish we were like Slapshot. And he could be a player coach next year, don't you?
100%. I don't think he will be, but
no, he can't be. It's not fucking.
It's not a real thing. It's not a real thing.
It's a good wish, though, isn't it? Respect that man. Respect him and his family.
So, give me 1 second here. I'm gonna pull it right up right now.
I'll mute my mic.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cully, great, best idea you've had all day.
Yeah, pretty much.
Off
right here.
I don't know. I'm extremely proud to be a part of this group. To see how far we've come, and we've become a team, and started off the ice first, and then slowly progressed on the ice. And it's the first time in a long time that I think we can say that about our squad here, and can't say enough about these guys and the way that we continue to compete, and the way that we figured out how we have to play to be successful, and how we came together to do it. And we became an actual hockey team this year, and it was it's obviously not over, but it was extremely gratifying in a way, but at the same time, extremely disappointing with how it ended, or how it's obviously not over yet. But to miss the playoffs after that happened is it's definitely a letdown.
That's gut wrenching right there,
Duane.
That's gut wrenching.
The way that he's so professional. He said he knows the team's moving forward, but not once did he say I.
Yeah, that was my biggest takeaway from that too.
Because what a fucking professional. He has trained the guys that are taking his spots. That's a fucking leader right there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, I'm emotional.
No, so with that being said,
thoughts, Duane, real quick on that video.
It's emotional, and I'm proud to say that Kyle Okposo was my captain this season. He's taken a lot of shit from me, especially in the years past, but these past 2 seasons, he's really shown up on and off the ice, and he's taught these players how to be professionals, as you said. So
I'd be okay with him coming back as our 13th forward that is waiver exempt on the league minimum, and him play and just be around the guys, you know what I mean, until he can transition into a coach role. Because I still think he has enough gas to play like 20, 30 games a year as like that backup forward. But here's the problem. Yeah. You have so many young guys, he'd be taking a spot from them. I want him to stay in the organization. I really do, Duane. Yeah. I'll leave it at that. Thanks for having me on, guys. I appreciate it. You, for those wondering why I close my eyes, when I think I'm trying to figure out something smart to say, my eyes close, and it still ends up coming out stupid. So thank you. Thank you for staying with me.
No problem, bud. And listen, it's
been a fun season, bro.
It has been. It's not over yet. We still got 2 games left. We have
couple clicks for Devin Levi, though, man, for real.
Couple clicks for Devin Levi for the performance he put on at his first 6 games.
Couple clicks for Ryan Miller.
Ryan Miller night, for sure.
Couple clicks for Tage Thompson.
Couple clicks for Tage Thompson.
What is he, 12?
Let's get it all the way right now. Dylan Cousins.
No. Tage Thompson set a record with the top scoring Sabres.
No, you didn't set any record. No.
In top 12.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's not setting a record though.
No. But he's inside the top, whatever, right?
He might be. Yeah, I don't know that.
I thought he got inside the top like 6.
I don't know. I mean, the last player.
That's what I was giving a clicks out for his record.
The last player to score 45 goals in a season was LaFontaine and Mogilny. So.
Right, that's what I mean. That was fucking 30 years ago. So
but
can we give a couple clicks out to Tage? Fuck.
I just did. Yeah. So.
Well, you gave me shit. Sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, well, anyways, see, I lose my train of thought.
Yeah, because you fucking doubt me. I'm sorry. I'll fuck
doubt anything.
I'm an asshole. You're right.
Anyways, yeah, just you look back at this season. You found your bell cow in net. You have your 2 franchise defensemen, and you have a plethora of riches down the middle. And you're going to go into next season, and once again, be probably one of the higher scoring teams in the National Hockey League. And all these kids have another years of experience. They have essentially what was like a playoff game atmosphere, a string of games where they had to feel the pressure every time they were on the ice.
At least 14 games, right?
Yeah. So, yeah, I think this team is going to be ready to win next season. Not that they weren't this year, but there were too many times in the year where you had long losing streaks
because of poor goaltending.
That
we get goaltending, and if we have the defensive depth like you talked about, Duane, what's the ceiling?
I think you're looking at you're not going to win this division over Boston, clearly.
But a non-wild card team.
Yes, a non-wild card team. But yeah, you have all of these pieces in place, and now it's just about finding the fillers, finding the guys that are going to fill in the holes that you have right now. And I think Kevin Adams will do that with the help of Don Granato. And I'm super excited for next season. I'm super excited to see Craig Anderson get a proper send-off on Thursday.
Fuck yeah, double clicks for Craig and his wife.
And a phenomenal
career. True professional.
Yep. And I think, Devin Levi even said it himself. Part of the reason why he wanted to sign here this season was to be able to work with Craig. So
great point. Duane, you made a point before the show started about what this means to Craig. Can you tell the uneducated, I don't want to say the non-goalies at home, why this game to Craig is so fucking important?
It's his last game of his career, and it's against the team he had his most success with, the team that he probably
beloved there.
Yeah, he's beloved there. Every time he plays in Ottawa after his career ended there, they applaud him because they know what he meant to that organization. That phenomenal run they went on to the conference finals when his wife was dealing with cancer, and his wife Nicole.
She's a warrior, guys, and just her whole story, Duane. You did a great job explaining it in past episodes, but just the amount of respect that he's garnered within that room you mentioned earlier. You made a great point. And it's funny. Donnie Granato echoed the same exact words you said. 6 hours ago, Duane said, I was on my way to practice, and Duane said, Levi should play tonight. I'm with you, Cully. But no matter what, I think Craig Anderson has earned that start. And later on, I come to find I listened to the Tage Thompson interview. Then I watched right before we started the post-game presser, which you saw. You heard what Donnie said, right? He said, yeah, if Andy can go, it's his game. So, Duane, you hit it on the head.
Yeah, I agree. So, again, I'm excited for Fan Appreciation Night. I'll be there Thursday night and just be able to give Craig the proper.
Tell everybody what section you'll be in. Do a fan meet.
I honestly don't know. A friend of mine bought the tickets, so I'd have to ask him. But
Duane's got illegal tickets.
I do got illegal tickets. But anyways, I hope they give him the proper send-off he deserves, both the Sabres and Ottawa. And I'm just, I hate to have the season end. I don't want it to end, but it's going to now for the 12th year in a row. But for the first time in those 12 years, I know that going into next year, this is the most optimistic and ready for the playoffs the organization's ever been. I'm not reading all that right now.
I know it's just a bullshit time. Duane, I love you guys. Thanks for listening in. This is Johnny Cullen. Duane Steinell is the horse. the engine, and he makes us all go around. Duane, can I make the announcement for Musty?
You already did.
So we got Quentin Musty, homegrown talent, first ever Western New Yorker, and first ever American to go first overall in the OHL draft in the past 20 years, and first kid from the South Towns. So he's had some injuries, but he was originally ranked like 15th. He's dropped down to about 20th, but different people have him going different places. He could be in play for the Sabres. They got swept in the first round by Peterborough, but in 4 games, he put up 7 points. So this is a guy that's a unique talent, friend of mine, the family's. He'll be on with us in our next 2 Goalies One Mic show. And Duane, I'll leave it to you. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, guys, it's been one hell of a run this season. Lots of ups, lots of downs, but more ups than we've had in a decade, to say the least. I've had a lot of fun this year doing these post-game shows. The guests we've had on the show, just thank you out to Sal, Peters, all the guys who came on with us this season. Have had a blast. And it sucks that this has to end, but it just makes me more excited for next year. Obviously, we still have 2 games left to go here, and then we'll probably take a little bit of a break until the draft and free agency. But we still have 2 more games to go, and a big night on Thursday celebrating the career of number 41 in the programs, number 1 in your hearts, especially if you live in Ottawa, Craig Anderson. Can't wait. I am Duane for Johnny Cullen. This is I'll Hang Up and Listen. You guys have a good night, and we'll talk to you later. Go Sabres.
Go Craig!